It is the talk of the town all over social media. The looks, or LEWKS, from the annual Met Gala looks.
Yeah, the theme super fine, tailoring black style, which highlights cultural influence of black fashion and the history of the black dandy. Now, some of the night's looks were spot on, and others, well, they may have missed the mark.
Yeah, so joining us right now to break it all down, the hits and the misses from the night, according to his vision, is fashion designer and owner of Harlem Haberdashery. Kels Barnett.
How you doing? How you doing?
Really
Thank you guys. Thank you
here.
guys for having me.
All right, let's just jump in first with the theme. What is black dandyism, and especially how did the Harlem Renaissance play in bringing this idea more to life?
So you know, dandyism is exaggerated fashion, like to put it short. I think because black people didn't have a lot when we were coming up, we had to make the most of what we had, and what we had was fashion. So we exaggerated on those looks to show that we were somebody in the neighborhood or somebody to ourselves in our own head. Like I always say, dandyism to me is like artists. Like every artist has a different perception of what art is, and I love to see everybody's take on what dandyism is. We see dandies every day. It's just that the Met Gala put a face to the word. So, but every day we see dandies on the train. You see the guys in the tweed suits and the seersucker suits.
You're a black dandyism right now. The epitome of that.
Yes, this is Silk Shantung. I love Silk Shantung.
All right.
And we love the color that you brought.
Yes.
You're coordinated. You got to coordinate. So let's get into some of the looks, shall we? Some of the ones that hit the mark for you, starting with Pharrell.
Man, yo, you know, we was talking about it. What's crazy about Pharrell is that you can't tell how dope his jacket was until you get a close-up of it.
Yeah.
When he came onto the carpet, I thought it was just a regular textured jacket, and then I think some blog posted online that it was actually pearls.
Yeah.
It took 400 hours to make. I'm like, oh, but I expected that from Pharrell.
Did he borrow Kanye's girlfriend?
No. She's more covered up and demure. We love that.
No. But Pharrell, he rarely misses. I was underwhelmed when he first came, but then when I seen it up close, I said, oh no, this is Pharrell. Because he's real big on pearls, yeah.
Okay, let's go next. Tiana Taylor, A Rose in Harlem.
You know, what's dope about her look, it was a shot like from the back that showed it all. It was one of those shots going up the steps. Yeah. And what's dope about it, on the bottom, it actually had embroidered, or wasn't embossed, it said A Rose in Harlem. When she first pulled up, I knew she was going with some rose theme, because that's always her theme. That's the theme with her sneakers. So it was really dope for me. And it was exaggerated. I love exaggerated.
And I love her cultural headdress, as I call it, or your do-rag.
Right. Do-rags was a big hit on Met Gala. It was dope.
Coleman Domingo.
Oh, you love this one.
Coleman. Man, if somebody could get me in contact with Coleman, I would love to make him a suit or just have him come to Harlem to hang out with us, me and my family. He never misses. I think this theme was made specifically for him. His stylist team never ever misses. This guy's incredible, and I love that he takes chances. I could imagine that he never says no. He said, let's do it.
And the one on the left is a tribute.
So it was a tribute right to his grandmother.
To I believe, the previous designer.
Leon Talley?
I've heard two different stories, but I have heard that it was Andre Leon Talley who I would have killed this theme, and Andre was a really good guy, and he was a real close friend of my family's. But no, Coleman Domingo never misses. I love his look on every red carpet that he's ever on.
Okay, so another person that never misses, in my opinion, Zendaya. And I love how she brought this hat. It was bringing like the church mothers for me.
I seen Side by Side. This was a tribute to a look from Mick Jagger's wife.
Ooh.
Yes, from the 70s. You can look it up online, but this is a tribute to that. And I love the all white. Cream and off white was a real big color last night.
And you could see the tailoring on this.
It was such a good, clean look. And she never misses. Also, she always looks good.
Dolce.
Man, I love her. Did she have the grills on last night?
Yes, she did.
Of course she had on grills last night. That suit was incredible. Her and Pharrell, they did a dope group shot that I thought was absolutely incredible. She never misses. I love that she takes chances. I love how she flips all of these high-end designer brands to fit her style and aesthetic. And I also love how she always has the grills on, because I'm a grill guy.
Yeah, that was Team Louis Vuitton. And speaking of grills.
Yeah, I mean, is there a cultural significance to the grills?
So, you know, I think...
And we should know that
You have it on.
Full on grill.
So to me, what I like about grills, well, of course, he's really dope. What I like about grills is, you know, traditionally that they told us that was lowbrow stuff. We took it and owned it. I love gold personally because of the Egyptians and just African history with gold. We just like to shine, man, and in our neighborhoods, we like to shine. I don't necessarily like jewelry, but I love gold. But I do love what all of the jewelers, the art that they're doing with these grills is incredible. Like, some of this stuff is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
His grill was so dope, it matched his outfit.
We love that.
But grills killed last night, and I loved it, man.
Okay,
I loved
well,
it.
something that didn't kill, there were some misses on the carpet. We hate to talk about it, but you said Future and...
So the problem with Future, most people were joking about the hair. The hair wasn't the problem. I felt like that same jacket he had should have been a tux, like a suit jacket.
Yeah.
He would have killed. The bag, I think, was a miss, but I really liked the texture of his look.
We raced through a couple more. Chance.
Chance the Rapper.
No, it looked. I don't know what he was
is.
going for. I don't know what he was going for, and he's
Serena Williams.
Again, I don't. You know, I think the conversation in the room somewhere else always sounds better than the execution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pamela Anderson, she was missing. Yeah.
I didn't recognize.
I don't know what she was doing.
We didn't love those.
No.
Hells, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys.
We
Really
appreciate it.
you
Thank
coming
you
in
guys
and
so
bringing
much.
the grill and the purple
yes,
suit.
and bringing that Harlem flavor.
Yes, and speaking of Harlem, you can find out more about Kells and the
Yes.
Harlem Haberdashery Boutique by going to harlemhaberdashery.com or
Yes.
just head uptown to visit
Please
them.
head up 245 Lennox Avenue.
All right, got that address in. Chris, who are you wearing?